And you know, a thing about my camper that really kind of gets me, the brochure said it was 51-gallon freshwater capacity. And I got in there, I measured the dimensions of my tank, and I went online and entered them in, and it came back like 18.7 gallons. Well, YouTube, it's that time. First camping trip of the year. You can see my camper back there. We're gonna go hook it up, and I'm gonna kind of show you how I get ready for a trip, and we're gonna go to Trinidad Lake here in a couple hours. So let's go get the camper and get going. All right, pulled the chocks and we're hooked up. I'm gonna pull it over here to the shop. And one reason I like to keep my camper out here, we live on a busy street, a lot of traffic, and it's really hard to back the camper in. And I don't like to advertise to people we're gonna be out of town. They drive by, see you loading a camper, they know there's an empty house there. So the camper never even goes to my house. We prep everything here. I got electric at the shop, we got water, and we leave from here and we return here. Let's get over to the shop and get this thing prepped, and we're going to Trinidad Lake. So this is the water source I have here at the shop. This is a 35-gallon container, and we use just a jerry can and we dump it into our camper. And it's very inconvenient, but like I say, we never take our camper to our house. So we fill it up here. And you know, a thing about my camper that really kind of gets me, the brochure said it was 51-gallon freshwater capacity. And I got in there, I measured the dimensions of my tank, and I went online and entered them in, and it came back like 18.7 gallons, plus a 6 that the hot water heater carries. But my tank, actual water tank in my camper is 18 gallons, and the brochure said it carries 51 gallons fresh. So I'm just kind of wondering, you know, what other campers, when they say there's 40 or 50 gallons of fresh water, if they're really accurate on that, because I know my camper does not carry 51 gallons. It has an 18-gallon tank, and I'll show you a picture of it to prove it. And I just wonder, you know, you other people that have campers, do you have accurate water gallons based on, you know, have you ever actually looked at your tank and seen how big it is? Because disappointing, mine's 18 gallons, and we have to take the little jerry cans and fill up every time we go camping if we take 2 showers. Alrighty, time to put air in the tire. I got the compressor plugged in, and we have, these are 65 pounds PSI max. I usually run them at 60 to account for a little expansion when they heat up. I've had tires before, I put them right at the max pressure, and went out of town, they expanded and we blew one. So I always leave a little bit of pressure. These are 65 PSI, I'll put them at 60. These are a load range D tire. This camper came with a C. We put load range D, and we got 2 3,500 pound axles with D rated tires. My camper dry weight's 4,100 pounds. So we have a lot of room to play with. We have about a 3,100 pound cargo carrying capacity on this camper. So yeah, D rated tires, 2 3,500 pound axles on a 4,100 pound camper. A lot of room to play with. So let's air up these tires. Okay, another step we do at the shop is we plug into shore power, get a good charge on the battery. I will go in and turn the refrigerator onto electric and get it cooled down off electricity. And that way we're not using so much gas initially to cool down the camper. And let's go. I was going to show you that water tank. So you can see what I'm talking about, how it's actually 18 gallons. So let's run into the camper and let me show you that. So here's my water tank, and let me get down here and show you this. These are the dimensions of the tank, 20 inches by 24 by 9 inches tall. And if you do the calculation, it's 18.7 gallons. And my gray tank was 37.8, and the black is about the same. So they are accurate on the gray and the black, but the dimensions in this tank here is an 18-gallon tank. And we do go through it
pretty fast.
All right, the camper's ready. It's prepped and we're ready for the first trip of the season. Yeah, I just kind of want to show you guys what we do. I know keeping the camper at a storage facility and using my workshop to prep it, it's probably different than what most people do, and honestly it is kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt not having it at your house. But we live on such a busy street, I just don't, I hate to even park the camper on the street. I'm inside working on it and I'm afraid somebody's just gonna rear end me. So I just find it a lot easier to do it out here. I just kind of want to show you guys what we do. It's kind of a little extra work, I think, that most people don't have to do because they can park it beside their house. We don't have that luxury. So that's how we get the camper ready, and I guess I'm pretty lucky. I have a shop with electric and water and a lot of room out here to work on the camper. So I'm gonna go home, take a shower. I'm gonna load a kayak on the tundra there, and we're gonna head down to Trinidad Lake for the first trip of the year. So probably the next video you will see will be me hopefully kayaking on the Trinidad Lake if it doesn't get too windy.